Chapter 1, The Madness in the Streets. Something is rising across the earth, and it's not just anger, it's deeper than politics. It's bigger than race, and it burns hotter than economics. From Paris to New York, Tel Aviv to Berlin, the streets are boiling. Bricks are flying, flags are burning, police lines collapse beneath tidal waves of rage. They call them protests. But what we're witnessing isn't civil unrest, it's spiritual detonation. This is possession, not of individuals, but of crowds. When a man is possessed, he thrashes, screams, tears his clothes, gnashes his teeth. But when a city is possessed, it riots, it loots. It burns itself down and calls it justice. The world thinks it's watching political movements, but in truth, we're watching ancient spirits ride the backs of broken people. Ephesians 6 didn't say we wrestle against governments. It said we wrestle against principalities, dark powers in high places. And now those powers are marching openly through our streets, wearing masks of resistance and carrying signs soaked in blood. This is not protest, this is provocation. It's the age-old war spilling into the visible. And the worst part, most people can't even see it. But you can. And if you're watching this, it means you haven't closed your eyes. It means you know something is wrong, cosmically wrong. So like and share this video, because what comes next will challenge everything you thought you knew about the world around you, because we haven't even touched what's driving these uprisings. That's coming in Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Lucifer's Long Game. Before a city burns, it's seduced by whispers. Before a man riots, he's poisoned by lies. Before a society collapses, it's bewitched by promises it can't keep. Lucifer doesn't need pitchforks or glowing red eyes to wage his war. He's traded those for slick microphones, viral hashtags, and the fine print of policy papers. His voice doesn't just slither through dark alleys. It thunders from university podiums, corporate C-suites, and the manicured stages of political rallies. He's not hiding in the shadows anymore, he's screaming through the megaphones of culture, rallying the crowds to his cause. The book of Revelation isn't a fairy tale, it's a battle briefing. It warns us, the devil has come down to you in great fury because he knows his time is short. Revelation 12:12. That's not poetry, that's a 5-alarm siren for anyone with ears to hear. The rage torching the streets isn't just human anger, it's the death throes of a dethroned prince clawing for relevance. Lucifer's endgame isn't a protest sign or a Molotov cocktail, it's a spiritual inferno, it's chaos, it's anarchy. He's weaponizing the broken, possessing the hopeless and inflaming the hearts of the deceived. Marxism, globalism, anarchy, fascism, they're all just masks, interchangeable costumes for the same ancient actor. The cause doesn't matter, the chaos does. He's not just toppling governments, he's spitting in the face of God himself. The demons know the script, they've been rehearsing it since Eden. Every chant, every shattered window, every looted dream is a note in their symphony of destruction. This isn't about policy debates or social justice, it's about dismantling the divine order, one screaming mob at a time. And the scariest part, the crowds don't even know they're dancing to his tune. In the next chapter, we'll unmask the ancient rhythm behind this chaos, and why the innocent are always the first to bleed. Chapter 3, The Drumbeat of Hell. Look around. The chaos isn't random, it's choreographed. In France, Paris chokes on tear gas as immigration policies ignite riots. Police are hunted in the streets, their badges glinting in the glow of burning barricades. Churches, once sacred, are defiled with graffiti and fire. In Israel, Tel Aviv's concrete veins pulse with protesters, factions teetering on the edge of civil war. In Germany, farmers rage against suffocating green mandates, while Islamists turn Berlin into a battlefield, their shouts drowning out reason. In South Africa, looting isn't just crime, it's a dark ritual, a sacrifice to disorder. And in America, Portland, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, cities aren't just tents, they're powder kegs wired to explode. And it doesn't stop there. In Los Angeles, the National Guard and Marines patrol federal buildings as mass deportation protests erupt into fire and fury. In New York, mobs clash with officers outside immigration courts, throwing bottles and curses. In Torre Pacheco, Spain, entire neighborhoods go up in flames as migrant-fueled racial tensions detonate. Ballymena in Northern Ireland descends into an urban war zone. Petrol bombs, sectarian chants, hundreds arrested. In Murshidabad, India, mobs burn homes and temples, unleashing communal rage that's both ancient and strategic. And those are just the names we can pronounce. The list grows daily. The spark changes, race, climate, borders, rights. But the rage, it's the same, always the same. Zoom out and the truth hits like a sledgehammer. These aren't isolated outbursts. They're dominoes tumbling to a sinister rhythm, a global pulse that feels alive, deliberate, malevolent. Who's beating the drum? This isn't politics. This is possession. The streets don't just seethe, they writhe, animated by a force older than time. Jesus warned us, "The devil was a murderer from the beginning, and when he lies, he speaks his native language." John 8:44. Right now, that language is blasting through influencers with million-dollar smiles, through legislation cloaked in compassion, through headlines that twist truth into a noose. It's the same song, division, rebellion, destruction, remixed for a digital age. It's Babel reborn, a tower of chaos built on lies. Satan's not lurking in the shadows anymore. He's strutting at the front of the parade, draped in the rainbow flags of liberation, justice and progress. His banners promise freedom, but his boots crush hope. The crowds cheer, blind to the chains he's forging. This isn't new, it's ancient. And in the next chapter, we'll rip the veil off history to show how this demonic playbook has been used before, and why the innocent are always the first to burn. Chapter 4, Echoes of Babel, Echoes of Blood. The first global uprising didn't happen in a city. It happened on a plain, Shinar, a place called BABEL. They weren't protesting taxes. They were building a monument to defiance. "Let us build a tower, lest we be scattered across the earth," Genesis 11:4. But that wasn't just about architecture. It was about control, about becoming as gods. And God came down and scattered them, not because of their building skills, but because of their spiritual rebellion. Fast forward 4,000 years. The names have changed, but the spirits have not. Now they scream in the streets, no borders, no nations, no God. They tear down statues, rewrite history, and chant the same lie the serpent told Eve. "For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." Genesis 3:5. You shall be as gods? Really? Every major uprising in history has followed the same pattern: seduction, confusion, then blood. The French Revolution, the Bolshevik uprising, the Cultural Revolution in China, they all claimed to serve the oppressed. But in the end, the first to be devoured were always the innocent. And the same spirit is riding again. This time it's global, coordinated, weaponized by algorithms, and fueled by spiritual rebellion so deep it doesn't even know it's rebelling. In the next chapter we'll go deeper, because this isn't just history repeating, it's prophecy accelerating. Chapter 5, The Rise of the Legion. In Mark chapter 5, Jesus crossed the Sea of Galilee and stepped into a graveyard, and there he met the Legion. A man naked, wild, living among the tombs. Chains couldn't hold him, people avoided him. He screamed day and night, cutting himself with stones. He was a prototype, a preview. But this isn't just about one man anymore, it's about multitudes. We are living in the age of the possessed crowd. What happens when that same spirit spreads from a graveyard to a city square? When a legion doesn't just inhabit a man, but a movement? You see it in the eyes, the vacant rage, the shrieking in unison, the destruction of everything that came before. These are not peaceful protesters. These are pawns in a supernatural game of suicide. The demons don't need to possess everyone. They only need to possess the ones holding the microphone. And while the world debates what started it, the truth is much darker. It's not what started it. It's what's coming through it. Because we're not just watching society unravel. We're watching the spiritual curtain rip open. And in the next chapter, we'll look at why Revelation says this is just the beginning. Chapter 6, Prophecy in Plain Sight. Revelation 12 says there was war in heaven, and the dragon was cast down to the earth. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. Jesus said, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." But what happens after he falls? He wages war on the earth, not against governments or armies, but against the remnant, those who hold to the commandments of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. That's you, that's me. The book of Daniel calls it the time of the end, when knowledge shall increase and lawlessness will explode. Matthew 24 warns that the love of many will grow cold. And 2 Thessalonians says that before the man of sin is revealed, there will come a great falling away. You are living in that hour. The protests, the rage, the confusion, these aren't random, they're rehearsals, preludes to the full manifestation of evil on earth. This is the devil's endgame, and it's only just beginning. But there's still a door open, and in the final chapter we'll talk about what that door is and why it may soon close. Chapter 7, the door still open. Amid all this chaos, there is still a choice, one that no demon, no mob, no government can take from you. Jesus said, "I am the door. If anyone enters through me, he shall be saved." This isn't just religious language, it's a rescue mission, because what's rising now is more than ideological, it's supernatural, it's old, and it's hungry. But the Lamb has already overcome the dragon, the cross has already crushed the serpent's head, and the empty tomb still speaks louder than the riot. The question is, have you walked through that door? If not, do it now, before the smoke gets thicker, before the noise gets louder, before the curtain tears completely. You were not born by accident, you were born into a battlefield, and if you're watching this, it's because you're being called to stand, not with politics, not with parties, but with truth. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Revelation 12:11. This is your moment. Choose the Lamb, reject the lies, and walk in the light while it's still day. Like, comment and subscribe if this message stirred something in you. Share it if you know others who are still asleep, because they're not just protesting anymore. They're marching to the drumbeat of hell, and it's time we answered with heaven. Cheers!